spray bottle versus wall. In today's short video, I want to show you how resilient the clay walls are. I'm trying to take off a little bit of the top layer of the clay, then I'm going to push some jute fabric into it, and then I'll clay over the top again. And I realized yesterday this is a perfect example to show you how good the clay walls are at absorbing the moisture and definitely not falling off the wall. So this wall was done nearly a year ago, and around the doorway I only did that about a week ago. So it doesn't really make any difference. Once it's dry, it's just dry. Let's spray a little bit on and see how much water it takes to be able to get the clay off. So you can see that's wet. Mash it around with my finger. There we are. So that's wet and some of the clay's coming off. However, let me show you once I dig a little bit off. So you can really see the clay's crumbled off there. Straight underneath, it's dry again. So to get the clay off, you need to either saturate it so much that you'd end up with a huge puddle of water on the floor, or you really just need to physically scrape it off the wall. Now this wall, I don't have a problem. We can wet that one as well if you like. There we go. If I was to keep wetting it, the water will just end up dripping off down the wall. You can see a couple of runs here. Now it is wet, so I can mark the wall, but actually if you do accidentally get the wall wet, just leave it be. It doesn't matter, it'll dry off. I'm gonna try and scrape this down a little bit more, see what I can get done. I need to scrape just a little bit more off, and then I'll put the jute fabric there. In this tight little corner, it's quite difficult to show you well this process, but I've just scraped off a little bit of clay and the surface is nice and rough. And that's going to be good because I'm then going to wet the clay, put the jute fabric in place, and then clay over the top of that. So this should give a little more strength to the top of the clay surface and should help prevent any further cracks. I'm gonna have to wet the clay quite a bit, really massage this in, and then I'll coat it with a final layer of clay over the top. Now, the main reason I was scraping some clay off is because I'd finished it off with quite a shiny surface, and so I've made now the surface quite rough, so it's going to be a lot more accommodating for this jute fabric. It's going to be a lot easier to work the jute fabric into the surface of the clay. And the bit of clay I have taken off, I did put it back in the bucket. I will use it again. Again, another benefit. You really can just scrape the clay off the wall and use it again. So I've pushed the jute fabric onto the clay wall. It's wet at the moment, and I'm going to put a coat of clay over the top of this. Looks okay. Let's see how the final finish is. It looks pretty good. And I'll come back a little bit later tonight and massage it over, smooth it out a little bit more, and then we can check it out tomorrow together. Thanks for watching. That's it for the repair work today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.